Hello everyone, Parsley7 here, back again with more Dragonball Terraria Calamity Season 2. Where the last left off. Last episode was, well, beating the Wall of Flesh. For those of you who've seen Season 1 or who have played just Terraria in general, know that one of the first things you want to do once you actually beat Wall of Flesh is to go smash the demon altars in order to obtain the hard mode ores. Now the hard mode ores, what I obtained was palladium or calcium and adamantite. I would prefer titanium, as of course the shadow dodge set bonus from titanium is pretty good actually, but I'm assuming that was probably nerfed in Calamity death mode, so I mean I guess it's whatever. But you know, smashing these altars is a bit of a difficult task in the Underground Crimson, especially like once you just reach hard mode, as your equipment isn't really just up to par with all the hard mode enemies. Mining all these ores is a bit boring, but fortunately I'm pretty sure that there is a new key crystal you can get. I think it is the Angerful key crystal if I'm not mistaken. That drops from hard mode evil enemies, so from the evil. Now I end up getting buying a Splunker potion here, but for whatever reason Splunker potions don't work. I'm assuming that has to do with something with Calamity or one of the other mods. Actually, I think it's not really Calamity, because I believe that was also a problem in KRPG as well, or Season 1 of Dragon Ball Terraria. It was one of those two where Splunker potions just didn't work. I didn't have Calamity for either of those, so it's probably just a bug or something else. Now, like I said before, you know, obtaining all these hard mode ores is a bit boring. The general strategy you want to go for is just get enough of whatever to just make the pickaxe, and once you have enough to make an orichalcum pickaxe, you want to make the adamantite or titanium armor set. So that's what I'll do. See you guys then. Anyways, that took a really long time actually, but I guess it's whatever. Anyways, here's the full set of adamantite. This set bonus isn't really anything, I guess, too major or anything amazing, but hey, it'll do for now. Guess I can't really complain, because I'm pretty sure this is the best armor set I can make at this point, at least before I fight the mechanical trio, which you'll see all those fights in this episode. As again, there really isn't much powering up I can do. The only thing I can really do is try like going for the Ankh shield, but I'll go for the Ankh shield later. It's not really something I need right now, so I guess it would just be nice to have, and I'm pretty sure that most of the debuffs from that Calamity have added aren't covered by the Ankh shield anyways, so it doesn't really matter too much. In fact, you know, the only thing I really could do is make the energy shot. Now, normally I wouldn't have gone for this, but since it has a very good pierce, I believe that the pierce is infinite. You know, it's very good against Destroyer, but of course it really does drain my ki a lot. And well, it's really only useful against the Destroyer, because the pierce, just like Hellzone Grenade Seeking and the amount of damage it does, just really is just a lot better than, of course, Energy Shot. But of course Energy Shot will have its niche use even if it's only used once. Now, after looking at the wiki for a bit, I did realize that there was a bit of powering up I can do. Well, I can change out my counter scarf that I have for an even better version of it, which I guess is pretty nice. You know, the accessories like this that allow me to dash are definitely my favorite accessories in just Terraria in general. I think the ability to dash is honestly just quite like necessary in order for a lot of these late game bosses, especially since a lot of them are actually pretty fast and you can't really like get out the way just normally. I guess you probably could use a grappling hook, but that's kind of slow and requires a lot of blocks around, and you know, you don't really want to hinder yourself by just having a bunch of blocks on the screen in order to like grapple hook around. Now, I was actually planning on skipping Cryogen and just going straight for the mechanical trio, but you know, I figured, you know, why not, as if once you defeat Cryogen, you have access to Cryonic Ore, which of course can be used to make a new armor set, and I figured, you know, might as well get as much help as I can during the fights, as of course, since I'm like really struggling with ki right now, you know, I do have ki regeneration, but that ki regeneration is so very slow at the moment that, you know, I really can't use it a whole ton. I figured that, you know, the next armor set I can make will probably give some benefit in ki, whether either be increased damage, increase regeneration, or just increase the amount of ki I have. Now, I could just straight up and just go look for the Dragon Balls again in order to increase my ki. You know, I could go for the legendary trait, which actually does increase your ki by 10,000, but by doing so you lose access to Super Saiyan God. I didn't really get to use Super Saiyan God in season 1, so I figured, might as well just hold out on that for a bit for season 2. Now I decided to expand my base again, simply because I figured that, since I'm in hard mode, there's going to be lots of extra NPCs that of course spawn, and I really don't have a bunch of NPCs that spawn, as there really isn't a whole lot of NPCs I really do need to spawn. But I figured, might as well increase it, as I do want mutant and abomination to move in. Those are really just the two main ones. Also, the dye trader will also be pretty nice. Dye trader does have a sort of unexpected use in this series, but if you've seen season 1, I'm sure you probably already know, but if you haven't, just say right here. Basically there's a Canadian armor set that you can make that's a bit of an upgrade from the set it was originally made from. That was actually a donor item, which I think was pretty nice. But that's really just main use. All the other NPCs don't really have much of a use here except for mutant and abomination. Now here I figured, I would raise my mastery level of Super Saiyan in order to unlock Super Saiyan 2. This is a bit of a long and a bit of a boring process. The main way you do it, actually I already explained it before, so never mind. So basically I sat here for, who knows, I think like half an hour or so, just like charging and then healing, charging and healing. You got to do this for Super Saiyan 2 to unlock Super Saiyan 3. I never unlocked Super Saiyan 3. I think I did back in season 1. So I guess if you are curious to see it, you can either just look at the wiki or look at season 1. But yeah, I really didn't feel like just sitting there I sat there for over half an hour trying to unlock Super Saiyan 3 by just sitting in Super Saiyan 2 for God knows how long. The main part that was so tedious is not the fact that I just do this over and over, is I can't really see how far along I am in the mastery trail. The Dragonball add-on did sort of fix that, and I do appreciate that. With Ultra Instinct you can master it, and it does show, how much mastery you have of, Ultra Instinct and whatnot. But just overall, just like sitting here, like I'm just sitting here waiting for like that text to pop up is basically saying, oh, is that you've been upgraded Super Saiyan to Ultra Super Saiyan. It's mainly the fact that I can't see how far along I am in the mastery phase in order to like do it like efficiently. So yeah, it is a bit annoying, but here's what it's just what the upgraded Super Saiyan looks like. It just looks the same. It's just it's just a better form. So it is a bit of a shame that with certain helmets it does sort of override the Super Saiyan transformation, but thankfully Calamity add-on again did fix this. So this is a bit of a jump in time. So what happened between then? Well, first off, if you look in my inventory, you can see that I did make the adamantite repeater. Why? Well, because with Cryogen, Cryogen has multiple phases. If you don't know, you'll see when I actually show the actual fight. But basically, my problem was, of course, is I ran out of ki during the fight. Again, this is a bit frustrating. At this point, I was just considering just going screw it and just going for the legendary Super Saiyan trait, as that increases your ki by 10,000, which is incredibly strong, which means I would have 15,000 in ki, which would be more than enough to take down Cryogen. But I figured, why not show Super Saiyan God a bit more, even though I won't use it, because that also drains too much ki. So basically, I need to make the adamantite repeater so I can actually, regenerate ki while I can actually do damage. Because if not, it would basically just be me running around the field dodging while just waiting for ki to regenerate, which isn't fun to really do or again watch. It is a bit of a complaint of mine, is like once you run out of ki, your only option is just to either eat a senzu bean or just run around the field waiting for your ki to regenerate. That's not really a fun way to play, so I just decided to make the repeater. Now after dying a bit more to Cryogen, I decided to look for a life fruit. Figured, why not, a pretty easy and efficient way of powering up, and I also decided to, look for some Dragon Balls while I was in the dungeon, so, not in the dungeon, in the jungle. So it'd probably just be the best way to, or not best way, just be most efficient about my time. And of course, doing so increased my ki by 500, which puts me at and even 6,000 and 580 health. You know, not as much key as I would like, but hey, I'll take what I can get. After that, I decided to again go and look for a bit more light fruit. I also increased my key even further with the Dragon Balls yet again. And I believe that was my last power wish. You can only wish for power only so many times before the game says no. The maximum is 5 times. So again, you can't just like be too overpowered. Of course, you could infinitely wish for power and just get infinite health and key. I mean, I guess the infinite key wouldn't really be too broken, as again, there's already an accessory in the game that pretty much has infinite key. Anyways, I have reached max Super Saiyan Mastery, which again is pretty nice, I guess. It only took like half an hour of just like standing there and just reusing my form over and over. Again, it's like not the most interesting way to do it. I do wish there was a slightly better system for, I guess, just how you level up Super Saiyan and just obtain it. But I guess, you know, it's the best system they could come up with, and it's not terrible, but it just could be better. I personally can't really think of any alternatives. Anyways, after all that, here is me versus Cryogen. It's a bit of a close finish there, you know. I was actually a bit worried I was gonna die there, but again, in the end, I pulled it off. It is actually quite nice that some of these bosses are actually a bit of a challenge and difficult. That was my main complaint back in Season 1, was it was too easy. It probably wasn't intended to get Legendary Super Saiyan as early as I did in Season 1 of Dragon Ball, but I feel like, you know, creator maybe should have expected that some players are gonna try to get as strong as possible before fighting each boss. It wasn't even like I was I guess, min-maxing or trying to be strong as possible, just kind of playing it normally. But, you know, back in season 1, I basically, like, steamrolled it through every single boss and just kind of, it's just, like, lost a bit of interest towards the end. But anyways, well, what does Cryogen drop? Well, his only, like, really noteworthy drop is he just dropped some wings, which is actually, pretty useful. Though these wings are gonna, I guess, just carry me just a fair bit until I get the, Bloons Tower Defense reference that's, actually in this game. Now, I did mention that there was a Bloons Tower Defense reference back in one of the, earlier episodes, and that's, coming up, pretty soon. Unfortunately, they didn't do more with that reference. If you've played Calamity before, you probably already know what it is, or maybe not. If you've never played Bloons Tower Defense before, past like what 3 year later, then you probably wouldn't even know. So what's next? Simple. I just gotta go find Cryonic Ore. Now, Cryonic Ore is actually pretty easy to find since it does glow in the night. But of course, I did just start spraying Destructor Disc around just to see if there was anything else, or just to see a bit better in general. It is a very faint glow, as you can probably see, but it is strong enough that I can actually manage to see the ore through the wall. It is pretty nice that it does glow, as that just means that it's a lot easier to find instead of, you know, a lot of other ores. Since I can't use blinker potions for whatever reason, does nice that it does glow. So anyways, as I was mining around, Skeletron decided that today was the day he wanted to spawn. I guess I was maybe a match for him since I did have adamantite armor, but of course, since this is death mode, I've never fought death mode Skeletron before. I wasn't really sure what to expect. You know, he would definitely be harder than, of course, you know, regular Skeletron. So I guess that's just what's happening. Now I am trying to frantically look around for Cryonic Ore, but I just couldn't find it for whatever reason, or the Cryonic bars actually. So I figured that it probably wasn't worth it, and I realized that I didn't actually deposit the Cryonic Ore because I ran out of space in magic storage. So again, that was a bit worrying. I was in a blind panic just trying to make the armor set before he could spawn, but I guess, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Of course, you know, I get absolutely destroyed, although I feel like I didn't do too bad. So I guess with that defeat, I'll end the episode here. If you enjoyed, you know, leave a like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord. Link is down in the description below.